Welcome to Tamir's training for ComVida scheduling software. We're going to be going over some of the features today that you'll be using commonly in the system, all the way from logging in to viewing your information to submitting leave applications in the system. The URL to log in is up here. You'll be able to use this to log in on any computer, even at home. You can use it in any browser as well. And you'll only need to put in this information. Login.aspx will come up once you punch that in. The sign-in information is down here, so the company ID is always Tamir, and it's always lowercase. The user ID will be your first name, period, last name. Your password is predefined. It's share123 with a capital S. And when we first log in, I'll be able to show you how to change your password at that time. So we'll just log in right now under this person's account. When you log in, you'll be brought to this screen. The only access that staff currently have is under the personal information, so you'll click personal information. You'll then be brought here to the master page. It's just some information on staff that we have in the system. There's an employee code, first name, last name, their birth date, SIN number, and some of this other information that's relevant only to ComVida. Up here is where you'll change your password, so you go up to Tools, you click Change Your Password. You'll put in your current password, your new password, confirm that new password, and click OK, and at that time it'll be changed. Next up is the address page, so you'll be able to go in here and view your address. We are not offering at this time for staff to be able to update this information themselves, but in the future we will be allowing staff to go in and update that information. Next is the skills page. This is our training database, and any training that you've taken through Tamir or any training that we have record of would be in this page. You'll be able to go in here and view what trainings you've taken, when the effective date is that you took the trainings, what the expiry date is for those trainings, and any other information that's when it was put in, and so on. If you notice that you have a training that's coming up to expire, you'll be able to sign up for trainings when they are offered. And if there's any trainings in here that you recognize that you don't have, then you'll be able to let us know, and we'll be able to get you signed up for those as well. The monthly page has all of your scheduling information in it. It has all historical scheduling information in it, right from when you would have started all the way to the end of the year. So it has your base schedule in there, and it also has any relief shifts that you would have picked up as well. This person doesn't have a rotation assigned to them. If they did, and it was, say, Monday to Friday, so it would show Monday to Friday what their shifts are, and it would go on and on and on until the end of the year. This person just has a few relief shifts, and upon launch of this software we will be having any relief shifts in the system as well up until the end of March. All the shifts in the system are currently defined as a shift code. So in here you would see BV0-55. It's a 3 to 11 8-hour shift at 8:40 Broadview. So you can see that in here. And click here. BV041 is also an 8:40 shift, but it's a 1 to 9 shift, and it's 8 hours. Across the agency and in ComVida, anything that would be a 41 shift would be a 1 to 9. So if you saw that this was a 77 Gramercy-41, it would be a 1 to 9 shift if there was one there. And same with the 55. 29 is a 10 to 10 shift on the weekend. So you'll be able to get used to seeing that all the time. The annual page here shows us a look at the entire year, shows us when we worked, shows any leave applications or any leave types that you would have taken during that time as well. So you'll be able to quickly go in here and see how many sick days you used, how many vacation days you've taken, and when you were on vacation. So the system is customizable, but right now it's currently set up as if the person takes a vacation day, it will show up in green, and it will show up as a capital V on the annual page. So you can click here, and you can see that this person took a vacation day from timeshare on that date. There's no hours currently defined in it, But if it was an actual vacation shift, then it would say 1 to 9 or 2 to 9 or whatever the shift may be in the hours here. Same with down here, it shows it as sick. So it shows sick from timeshare from 6 until 10 a.m. And again, if it was a real shift, the hours would show up in here as 4. These dots here are just working days, so as we saw on the monthly page, this person is working a BV 055 on February 6th from 3 to 11, and that's 8 hours. And moving along here, just another one, SIL-15 is an 8 to 4 at SIL, and it's 8 hours, and we can see that that's a working day there. So once you have this in the system, and if the person has a rotation, you'll be able to see that there's lots of information in here. As people take leave, it will be recognized in there as well. And it also grays out the weekend, so it's easy to define a 5-day work week through this system. Moving along to notifications. So notifications is what we call currently as our leave applications. So this person has 2 active ones in here already, but we'll be going through and completing another one at this time. So in order to complete a new leave application or a notification in the system, you would just click one of these green arrows to add a notification. And this will come up. So it's a new notification, and the type of notification is a scheduling notification. There are other types of notifications that you can send through the system, scheduling, HR, and event, but these are the most common one. This is the most common one that will be used 95% of the time, so it always defines to that. Tamir only has one application set up, which is Tamir SS, so that would be the only one that would be offered in there as well. So if you're confirming that it is a scheduling notification, you would click OK. In here, this information that's grayed out cannot be changed, so it just has the type of notification, the notification date, the originator, which is myself, the status, that it's an open, so any leave application that's sent to any recipient always defines as being open to start. The focus employee is myself because I'm logged in as myself and putting this notification in. The application that we're using is Tamir SS. It's the only one that Tamir has. And then we'll be defining what shift we are using. So there's a lot of shifts here, but the main point is that we're trying to define what type of leave that you're going to be taking. So if we're taking vacation, then you would just type in vacation. If it's vacation paid, you would be clicking vacation paid. If it's sick, you could put sick in here. Sick no pay, sick asleep, and sick. So it would just be defining the type of leave that you're taking. Same with bereavement. If you were taking bereavement, you could click there. Lieu would be the same thing. Lieu taken. These will all be sent out in the login information as well. So if you're projecting that you're going to be taking some vacation, you'll be able to know what shift code that you should be putting in for each one. So in this instance, we'll say that the person is taking vacation, and we'll say that they're taking paid vacation. We'll say that they're taking paid vacation from the 14th to the 16th because we know that they have shifts during that time. And because they're 3 to 8 hour shifts, we'll be saying that they're taking 24 hours. This information in here does not need to be changed. If the shifts that you're taking off are at another program, you could define that in this comment section here. So if you are taking 2 shifts off at SIL and you're taking 3 shifts off at 8:40, then you could indicate that information in the comment section. But this here would just be for your base supervisor. So this is your base department, and so that information should stay in there. So anything below the hours should not be touched in the system. Up here is the recipient. So anybody that you want to receive this leave application would be defined in here. You can add a single recipient in if there's a reason that you would need to do that. I'm going to add myself in so that I can approve this vacation. So you'd say add recipient, and it would send it to all of these people that are in here. So it sends it to the scheduler by default. It sends it to the department head, which is Marie, by default. it sends it to the person that's sending it as well by default, and then I added myself in here. So all 4 of these people will receive a notification that this leave app has been submitted. Down here is the title of what it would be. Please just leave that information as it is. It just shows that it's the shift code, so whatever this shift is, the employee name, so it would have this information, and just to say that it's a scheduling request. In the comment section, we should be laying out if there's shifts at other programs. So right now we know that this person is just taking off 3 shifts from SIL, but if we were saying that they were from Townhouse, you'd say 12 Van Lang, Feb 14, 3 to 11, and then you'd be saying SIL, Feb 15, 8 to 4. So you would define all that information in here. It makes it easier for the schedulers to be able to take that information and know how much vacation time that you're taking, and then assign those shifts to other people at that time. Down here you'll see that create email is always checked by default. So the system itself doesn't have an email system set up in it, so it needs to be using Outlook. That's why we're asking staff to be sending leave applications from a Tamir computer. So once you click OK, it will open up the email system. It will be sending the emails to test@test.com, which is this person's email. It'll be sending it to Marie, it'll be sending it to myself, and it'll be sending it to Rebecca, who's the scheduler. This information in here is what we had in the title part, and then all the information is in here. So if supervisors are not in front of their computers, once this email is sent, they'll get a notification to say that they received it. As well, when any information is changed, or if the leave application is updated, that information will be sent back to staff as well. So not only in the system you'll be able to see it, but it also has a back and forth through the email so that you'll be able to see that it's being addressed. Once you confirm that all this information is accurate, you would just click send. I'm not going to send it right now. I'm just going to close it. And then you'll be brought back to this screen once it's sent. From here you can just click close, and you'll see that the new notification is up here. I'm just going to flip over to the supervisor side and approve this vacation so you can see what it looks like. So I logged in as a supervisor, went and changed the one that we just submitted to accepted, so you can see in here that this one is accepted. And then I also changed the other one that was open to pending, so you can see if a supervisor comes in and they're not able to address it right away, they can click pending and they can go through the process of ensuring that they can approve it, and then after that they can update it to say that it's accepted. So once staff see that this is accepted, then there's no more work that they need to do at that point. Once the leave application is accepted, you cannot cancel it. You can only cancel a leave application that is either open or pending at that time. So once you get to this point, that the role for staff is done. The best way to confirm that your leave application is being processed is to go into the monthly page. Once it's been accepted, go into the monthly page and see if these shifts are now on to vacation. I didn't shift handle them out, so it's still showing that this person has these shifts. But when the scheduler goes in to approve your vacation, they should be changing from your base shifts over to vacation as it was requested and approved. If you don't see that that's happening, then you can contact your supervisor and make sure that that's being addressed. And when you are requesting a vacation and it is approved, it should look similar to this. So this is if you put in a vacation paid, it would show vacation paid, it would show the start time, the end time, and then the hours that you're taking off at that time. So that concludes the training for notifications for ComVida. If you have any questions, you can contact Rebecca or myself. In the future, we're hoping to roll out some other features that ComVida has. But in the meantime, we'll look to focus on making sure that our leave apps are managed through the system effectively. Have a great day.